Hi, I want to go over the directions for the Exxon project in case you just need a refresher on what we're doing here. I'm going to give you two videos. One will be just on the directions for the project, and the other one will go into more detail on Google Sheets, how to do the formulas just as a refresher, also how you can make the graphs. We'll talk about those a little bit. Anyway, the directions for your project are here in Schoology. You just go into course shell here, and then you can see it's under homework, classwork for quarter 4, and then we see these two right here. So the first one, the link right here is for your directions. So that will give you this sheet right here. This is our Google Doc right here that goes over all the directions, step by step, kind of what to do. And then there is the Exxon project data sheet. It is a blank data sheet. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So when we click on the Exxon gas project data sheet, it should just give you a blank sheet just like this. All right, so that'll allow you to, yes, I know, I have done that. That'll allow you to move. You can do it on a different sheet. I'm going to show you what that looks like, but you want to move it onto this sheet, copy and paste it into this sheet right here so that you can submit it to me so I can grade it. Here's your directions right here. Basically, you're going to do a bunch of statistics. You're going to gather data on gas prices. You're going to find the mean, the median, the mode, the range, the interquartile range, all of the statistics that we've kind of studied in this unit you're going to do with the data you collect. And then in the end, you're going to determine whether the median or the mean is the best measure of center for that data. Okay, that's basically what you're doing, but there's a story behind this, and that is right here. It's kind of listed in the background. You are working for Exxon, and your boss, rather, wants you to research gas prices from around the country. So you're going to drive from Miami, Florida, all the way to Seattle, Washington, from one corner of the country to the other corner of the country. And you're going to collect data on the gas prices in each of the states that you visit. So that means you're going to have to keep track of all the states that you visit. And you get to determine where you're going to visit. So you're going to have to look at a map and just kind of make your own route. Look at the highways and say, okay, I'm going to start in Miami, Florida, and what states am I going to visit along the way to Washington? There's another additional part of this trip that you're going to be taking, and that is you're taking your family on a vacation as well. So you might as well take them along and visit a couple of very interesting places. So you can pick 2 national landmarks. You can read it right here. It could be a national park, it could be a monument, just a building or something special that you go to. And then for this part of the project, just make sure you include the name of the place and the location and some facts about it and some photos, just something that's interesting. Here are these parts right here. Here are the criteria and the constraints, and this is a very good step-by-step process. So this will kind of slow you down and say, okay, what do I do first? What do I do next? And so the first thing you want to look at is your itinerary. And itinerary is a fancy word that just means your list of states that you're going to go to. And then your map route. So first thing you need to do is look at a map. You can go to Google Maps or Bing Maps, and you can look at their maps of the United States, and it'll show you highways you can go on, and you just kind of pick out the states you want to go to. It says here you need 15 to 20 states that you stop for gas along your path. Okay, I have an example here of an itinerary, and you can use that example. It will look like, which one of these is it here? Not that. Like this right here. This is the example that you'll get. Now, I made this up just for you so you can have an example of what it looks like. All right, the itinerary is a list of cities and states right here. So you can see, I do not know where Shoemaker, Florida is. It should be Miami, Florida. Let me just put Miami in there. Miami, yeah. Starting in Miami, Florida. And then you can see that in each of these states, we're going to gather some data, and then there's a spot here for mean. So first thing is look at your itinerary. List 10 to 15 states. Now you'll keep going. I stopped at 4 just to give you an idea of what it could look like. But you want to keep going until you get all the way to Seattle, Washington. You can see that I stopped in St. Louis, Missouri here, and I put in the St. Louis Arch as one of my places to go to. Now, you don't have to stop at number 4. Like you can delete all this. If you want to use this table right here, you can. You can just delete these, and I made these numbers up, so they're all wrong anyway. So you can put in your own states and delete St. Louis Arch. If you do that, you can hit delete just like this. Hit the delete button. You can come up here, get rid of that color. You can just go back to white here. And you can also, instead of having one large cell, you can make them back into these little cells by using this button right here. This is the unmerge. This is merge or unmerge. In this case, I am unmerging those. So here we have, individual cells again. If you want to get the border here, just as a reminder, you can come up here to the border. Like I highlighted what I want to border, and up here in the border, I want to do a full border around it and in between all the cells. And so I click on that. And you can do the same thing here. You can just kind of delete, hit the delete button. I want to merge those, or unmerge them rather, so I have individual cells, and then you can highlight all that and just say, look, I want all that border in there so I can keep going. So you can use this, this example that I have. But what you want to do is, if you do that, you want to copy all of this and then insert it into your blank sheet here, because this is the sheet you're going to submit to me automatically. Okay, so part 1, write down your itinerary, get a map. You want to cut and paste, click on it like a snip tool or something, or a screenshot, and put that into your presentation, which I'll talk about in a minute, like where you're going to put it. But put a map with a logo so everybody can see your route you're taking. And then on your Google sheet, write your itinerary. Step 1 right there. Step 2, collect your data. What are the gas prices in that city? And if you scoop to the bottom down here, there's a website, the Gas Buddy website. You can go to that, and it will help you find gas prices for different cities in the United States. And then you're just going to type that in. Where were we? Type those 3. Just find 3. They don't have to be Exxon. They could be any gas station. Doesn't matter. Just find 3 gas stations, 3 prices, and put those in here. And then you're done for that city. All right, that's step 2 right there. Moving along. Part 3 right here is, that's when, once you've got all of your data, then you're going to start doing your statistics. Find the mean, find all the median, the modes, the range, minimum, maximums, the interquartile range, etc., etc. Okay, so you're going to just put that in, like you can do that here. That's what I did. And then on another video, I'm going to go over how to do all those formulas and remind you how to do those, how to do the different graphs and stuff you can do with that. But you want to put your gas prices here. You want to find the mean for all your gas prices. And then at other places, you might have to come off to the side and say, well, here's the median, and here's the mean of all of the gas prices. You might want to put mean of total prices. And then the median, you want to put that somewhere as well, so we can see that data. So we'll talk about how to type that in again as a review. Okay, what's the mode? What's the most is there a mode? And all of that data you want to have in a summary somewhere. Okay, this part right here just summarizing the number of observations. Basically, how many gas prices did you collect? That's it. And the attributes, you don't have to worry a whole lot about the attributes. Attributes basically are like just the gas prices are what you're collecting, and they're, I don't know why that's in there. How they're measured in dollars, I guess. That's fine. I'm not going to be looking at attributes and how they're measured a whole lot. The best measure of center. So here is where, when you're finished, looking at your your graph and everything, you want to determine, okay, is the mean the better measure of center, or is the median going to be their better measure of center? Okay, and you're going to be putting that in your final report. Okay. Part 4 right here is just a graph, so you want to make a graph, and that could be either the box and whisker plot, which on Google Sheets is called a candlestick, so you can create one of those. You can also create a frequency table, either on paper or using Google Sheets, a frequency table, and then make a histogram out of that information. And those are probably the two best. You don't want to do a stem and leaf plot. I know that's listed in here, but it's a little bit difficult to do that with gas prices, with 3-digit numbers. It's really hard to do that. So histogram or box and whisker plot, those are good. And then your final report is just a half page or full page where you are summarizing your data. This is your it is your boss's letter. You're writing your report to your boss. So you're summarizing your data, how many cities that you visited, the statistics that you ran up, anything else also, some of the national landmarks that you came across. Why do the gas prices differ across the country? See if you can figure that out. And also, which measure of center best represents the gas prices, mean or median? Persuade your boss through your report that he should use the mean or he should use the median price to set the gas prices. And then, of course, this part right here, just kind of a separate part, your national landmarks, interesting facts, some pictures, and then how do you organize this, or how do you put this and submit this? There's going to be two things you submit, two things. One is going to be your data sheet. That's this sheet, this blank sheet that you want to copy and paste or put all of your data, or you can come up here and format your rows, make your own tables, your graphs can be on there, but you want that to be submitted through Schoology. And then your general presentation could be one of several ways. It could be a poster, like a physical poster, where you print out pictures and you print out the data sheet from your Google Sheets, and you print out your whatever you typed in for your persuasive letter to your boss. Print out all that information and then put it on a poster and submit that. So there's one way. You can also do a Google type of doc or a Google slide. Probably slides are very easy too. So those can be, that's probably a very good thing to put in there. You can put it on a Google Slides where you can type in, you can snip and screenshot your maps and all the other stuff that you do in there. And of course there's a grading rubric that goes along here that we use to take a look. It will be like this. It looks like this. These are actually two rubrics right here, so you just look at one of them. And this is a good guide to see how you're doing, to see, use this to see, do you have everything you need? A cover sheet is just your name and this is your project. But do you have a map? Go through this as a checklist. I have a map. I'm showing my route. Check. All right, I got 15 to 20 cities. Check. I listed the gas prices. I have the mean. I have a graph. Here's my, I tell how many gas prices or my number of observations. I've got all the 5-number summary, the mean, the interquartile range, the mode. I'm looking at my graph and I'm determining whether mean or median. That's measure of center and shape explained. Okay. I've got my landmarks, and then here's my little persuasive essay right here. Okay, that's it. Those are some general directions. I'm gonna, if you need help with Google Sheets and the formulas, then check out the other video. Thank you.